I feel bad for poor, innocent, naive white people who truly cannot understand what's going on with racial problems in this country. Dee in Albany tells she's a sweet lady, and she says very innocently, Michael, I don't have anything against black people. I mean, there's this one woman I know, she's real sweet, and she's black. My friend, I don't care. And I say, how wonderful. If only the world could be so simple. There's a lot of people that will walk out to you and bust you across the jaw, steal your wallet, call you that stupid white woman, and feel good about doing it. They would keep you from getting a job or claim racism if you fired them. There is that element of blacks. It's not all blacks, but it's enough to make a difference. That hate you for who you are. They hate you for your innocence. They hate you for what they see as your privilege. They hate that you have a simple enough life that you do not deal with the strife they do. They hate you for not having to grow up in the hood. They hate you for having two parents. They hate you for doing well in school. They hate you for your elocution. They hate you for the fact that you're not all eaten up with self-loathing. They hate you for you, and you didn't do a damn thing to them, and you can't do anything about it. And the harder you try, what we are really witnessing in America is 50 years of innocent white people desperately trying to make black people like them. Just trying so hard, so earnestly. If we can just give them one more thing. I know they mean well. We could just let's just make one of them president and one of them attorney general. Let's let the guy that's black be the president of the company. Let's promote everybody that's black. Let's hire black people if they ain't qualified. I don't care. Let's just show them how good a white people we are. It is never enough. It is never enough because it's never been about race problems. It's always been about a way to get ahead, a game that was played, a strategy that was employed. If I can somehow get ahead of you by making this claim, I don't care if society gets along. I'm going to get ahead. I'm going to get mine. And that, unfortunately, has become a cultural trend. It is celebrated. You know, when I was in real estate, I found that there were certain cultures around the world for whom, when you signed a contract, that wasn't the end of the deal. That was the beginning of the deal. You would then begin the process, or they would, of renegotiating all the way up until the closing table. And my wife said to me one time, because I got mad, because I was dealing with an Asian businessman, she said, Michael, you Americans don't understand. It is a sign of weakness if you say, but we have a contract, I'm going to adhere to that. It is a sign of weakness to say, well, I'm just going to do what I'm supposed to do. You're supposed to try to screw the other guy till the very last minute, and whatever you can get out of him is your show of strength over him. We consider that an admirable quality. That's the contract. We shook hands. A deal's a deal. Some cultures, the commercial ethos is, that's cute, you idiot. Well, you got to understand what you're dealing with. If you're going to deal with somebody who is going to behave in that fashion, you are always going to lose. If you are going to deal with someone whose whole goal is to get over on you, and they don't care about racial harmony, and they want to obscure bad cultural traits by claiming you're at fault, there's no amount of nice you can be to make that problem go away. None. Brian.
Mike, I got to disagree with you on that, man.
Now, Brian, you know I like you, but when you're wrong, I got to call you out.
Huh?
You know I like you, Brian, but you're probably going to be wrong.
No, you know.
Now, I want you to think about what you're saying before you say it, and not just say it because you feel you need to defend black people.
No,
because you're better than that.
I'm not defending black people. I'm just okay. I'll give you an example. Okay, we was brought up to be segregated. You go sit over here. You are not to come over on our side. So y'all forced us to congregate to ourselves. So that's why we became a black church or have a black organization, because y'all didn't want to congregate with us, because y'all felt like we was, beneath you all to even associate with you all, to be able to go into a restaurant and eat.
No, y'all were singing too loud and we couldn't sing. So we didn't want to be drowned out.
And give you the same example, how, right, there's some blacks probably hate white. I remember this guy got stranded. He was in the middle of the street trying to push his truck. There's a white guy. I got out of so by the time I pushed him, I said, all right, my man, have a good day. He could not look me in my eyes and say thank you or nothing. And so I knew his feeling because I felt it in me the way he looked at me. He just like saying, I didn't want your help. I could have did this all by myself, but he was struggling. But it's on both sides, man. It's on both sides. I got white friends too, and we can go at it just like me and you go at it, and go back home and still love one another. But we're gonna have to get along, and we all going to heaven. We plan on going to the same heaven. We're gonna have to get along because according to the scripture, there's going to be all nations and tongues and language around the throne of God.
Brian, you are absolutely right. And if everybody believed as you do, this would be a wonderful world. But I'm telling you, Brian, as many stories as you can tell, I can tell you times 10. I can tell you of when you go into a government office and that black person leaves you waiting on purpose. I can tell you about black employees who will say, I dare you to fire me when they've shown up late. I dare you to. I'll make every claim under the sun. I'll fire you. And you say, but you were late. I don't care. Brian, the world is not as naive as everyone wants us to believe it is. And it is true we are all children of God. But some of us hacked the other one's heads off. And some of us diddle little babies. And some of us rape people. That doesn't make you less a child of God. It also means you can't come in my house. Now, Brian, I will tell you, it is naivete that has led to bad laws in this country. It is naivete on the part of white people who believe that they can apologize their way out of black people's feelings toward them. Oh, I know, Brian. I hate that I have to say that because I don't believe it's true of you. You pull over on the side of the road to save a turtle and get stuck in the mud. I had to ask you to stop doing that. You are a good person. I believe that. But I'm going to tell you this. You know as well as I do, if you're pulled up at 2 o'clock in the morning getting gas and two people walk past your car, and one of them is an 18-year-old black kid and one of them is an 18-year-old white kid, you know as well as I do, if you can only lock your door on one of them, which one you going to lock the door on? The statistics are not pleasant. Gang membership, violent crime, random acts of violence. Look, I'm sorry that's the case. I wish it weren't the case. But it does not make me a bad person for pointing to a reality and saying what it is. It doesn't make you a bad person. Michael